Following his sacking, a lot of current and former Manchester United players weighed in on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's influence at the club. While the Norwegian was not the greatest tactician the Premier League has ever seen, no one can deny the fact that he's one of the genuinely nicest people around. At Goalside, we've been very critical of Solskjaer in recent months, and for good reason. But that doesn't take away the fact that the former striker did manage to restore some pride at the club, even though the current campaign has been embarrassing. Cristiano Ronaldo was clearly not happy with the direction things had taken, but the Portuguese striker never once tried to throw his former teammate under the bus, despite knowing that his time was running out. Meanwhile, Mauricio Pochettino is eager to finally land the Manchester United job, and we're going to tell you why the Argentine tactician is desperate to leave Paris Saint Germain. Goal scoring in Europe has been quite fun to watch last season, so we've started compiling a list of top scorers from various European leagues, and we're sure that you'd love to know more about some of the top hitmen in the game today. Samuel Umtiti might have returned to full fitness, if there is such a thing for him, but it appears that Barcelona no longer see him as the stellar centre-back that he once was. So buckle up everyone, we've got tons of stuff to cover, so if you like the video, make sure to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to turn on your notifications as we walk you through your daily dose of all things football. For months, Barcelona had no idea what to do with Samuel Umtiti. Finally, the club has decided to get rid of the 2018 World Cup winner. As a reminder, Umtiti's adventure with the Spanish outfit has turned into a nightmare ever since he returned from Russia. At the time, he returned to Spain with a serious knee problem, and since then has had to deal with multiple physical problems before losing his place in the starting 11. The emergence of the club's financial crisis means that Umtiti is now a problematic element for a club that no longer has the financial wherewithal to be okay with paying hefty wages for players who spend a lot of time on the treatment table. While the Frenchman is keen on impressing the new manager Xavi, it appears that Barcelona have other plans. The defender continues to receive offers, and Benfica have recently been cited as a serious one for him. Is the former Lyon man willing to reconsider his stance? According to reports, Barca are now studying the possibility of ending the player's contract. The Frenchman has never found an agreement with his club to lower his salary, and famously chose not to when the club requested its stars to do so. Therefore, a contract termination is the only way out for the Catalan giants, but it remains to be seen how they will convince the player to go down that road. The Bavarians are crazy about the young midfielder Pedro and are willing to make a really good offer. Barcelona may have lost Leo Messi, but they're still rubbing their hands in glee after snatching Pedro from Las Palmas in 2020. Immediately thrown into the deep end by Ronald Koeman, the teenage midfielder has quickly won everyone over, including the Spain manager Luis Enrique, who's already given him 10 caps for La Roja. This has been quite a meteoric rise for the youngster, who Barcelona intend to keep for several years. His current deal expires in June 2026, and with a €1 billion release clause, he's definitely one untouchable talent. But will it dissuade suitors? Not really, because AS claims that Bayern Munich are totally in love with the young midfielder and are willing to shatter all sorts of records to get their man. In 2019, they paid €80 million to sign Lucas Hernandez, so you can imagine that the Bavarians have the financial muscle to go big for Pedro. Bayern are willing to offer Pedro around €20 million in annual salary and know that they have the financial strength to take advantage of Barcelona's financial difficulties. The player's entourage is already aware of these developments, which means that we might be set to experience yet another transfer drama unfolding. The international break is over, and leagues all over the world have resumed. There were strikers who wreaked havoc in Germany, England, Austria, Belgium, Scotland, Spain, France, Italy, the Netherlands, Portugal, and other major European leagues. Despite a surprise defeat at the hands of Augsburg, Robert Lewandowski managed to score a goal, taking his total tally to 14 goals in 12 games, thus staying ahead of Royal Antwerp striker Michael Frey, who has 14 goals in 15 games. Artur Cabral might not be a well-known name yet, but the Brazilian striker has 13 goals in 13 games for Basel and is third in our rankings. Behind him is Gamid Algarov of Russian side UFA with 13 goals in 15 matches. Denis Undav is also very close with 13 goals in 15 games. Mohamed Salah is in 6th position after scoring his 11th goal in the 4-0 thrashing of Arsenal. The Egyptian is closely followed by German sensation Karim Adeyemi, who plays for RB Salzburg. Ciro Immobile of Lazio has 10 goals in 11 games and is in 8th place, followed closely by Karim Benzema, who has 10 in 12. Gambian striker Hassan Cisse, who plays for Zurich, completes our top 10 list. But as the season matures, we're sure that there will be some major changes and strikers from the top 5 leagues in Europe are going to make a push for it. There is strong tension between Paris Saint Germain and Mauricio Pochettino. Arriving in the French capital on January 3rd, the Argentinian technician might not pass the 365-day mark sitting on the bench of the Rouge et Bleu. As crazy as it might seem, this scenario is far from unthinkable if we take into account the recent events that have taken place, coupled with the latest information from the Parisien on Monday evening. According to the French Daily, the beginning of a crisis is emerging internally on the side of the Parc des Princes. If the fact that the English press has claimed that Mauricio Pochettino wants to join Manchester United to succeed Ole Gunnar Solskjaer in the coming weeks, in the midst of the 2021-22 season, this is not the case. The main reason behind this is a tense environment that's slowly but surely maturing in Paris, and at the same time, Pochettino's entourage is already discussing things with the hierarchy at Old Trafford. The French giants are not sure if their manager will stay. They know that the relationship between the two will not last for a very long time, and Pochettino is already exhausted by the political side of things, just like his predecessor Thomas Tuchel was. It appears that the former Tottenham man does not agree with the laissez-faire culture at the club, where star players are given far too many liberties. At the same time, the club is staring at the prospect of losing Kylian Mbappe, and with an aging frontline, winning trophies might be hard to come by, especially outside France. United, meanwhile, are carefully assessing the situation, knowing that they can't afford to lose out on Pochettino once again. Cristiano Ronaldo hasn't had the best of second comings at Old Trafford. The Portuguese star returned to the club after nearly a decade and was expected to transform Manchester United into genuine title contenders. Unfortunately, things have not worked out at all, and despite his ability to score goals on a regular basis, United are struggling in the league and beyond. They're 12 points adrift of league leaders Chelsea and have won just once in their last 8 league encounters. The recent 4-1 hammering at the hands of Watford sealed Solskjaer's fate, who was relieved of his duties. Ronaldo might not have agreed with the former manager's decisions, but he definitely didn't turn on him. And it appears that the former Real Madrid star is sad that he had to say goodbye to his former teammate. Through his Twitter account, the veteran forward had this to say: "He was my striker when I came to Old Trafford, and he has been my coach since I came back to Man United. But above all, Ole is an exceptional human being. I wish him the best in whatever life has in store for him. Good luck, my friend. You deserve it." This is definitely not the sort of statement that a disgruntled player would ever make. Ronaldo might not be happy with the situation at the club, but it in no way means that he will take any pleasure from Solskjaer's sacking, who despite his obvious flaws did manage to improve the environment within the dressing room that was a divided one following Jose Mourinho's sacking. As United look to find a new manager, Michael Carrick will be in the dugout as the interim manager. The former midfielder knows that he's unlikely to be given a permanent deal, but will be expected to improve the club's performances.